Thank you once again. We are here with our topic, the hormone biochemistry. Let's see. You need to know that every heartbeat, growth pulse, emotional reaction, and metabolic change in your body is influenced by tiny chemical substance called hormone. Endocrinology is the branch of medicine that studies these powerful messengers and the glands that produce them. So, understanding this hormone biochemistry will help us uncover how the body maintains balance and what happens when this delicate system fails. See the transparent human body revealing endocrine glands lighting up one another. They are in hormone in action. Then one will ask, what are hormones? Hormones are chemical messengers synthesized by endocrine glands, and they are released into the bloodstream after synthesis. Then through the bloodstream, they travel to target tissues where they bind to specific receptor to regulate physiological activities such as growth, metabolism, reproduction, and stress responses. In this diagram, you will see the animated sequence of hormone molecules entering circulation and is moving through blood vessels. When you talk about classification of hormones, hormones can be classified into peptide hormones, steroid hormones, amino acid derived hormones. And the one thing is that their biochemical nature always determine how they are synthesized, how they are being transported, and how they exert their effect on cells. You can see the transitioning here in this image. When you talk about peptide hormones, peptide hormones such as insulin and growth hormone, they are synthesized from amino acid and stored in secretory vesicles. These ones cannot cross cell membrane and therefore act through membrane receptor and second messenger systems. In this diagram, you will see a close-up illustration of pancreatic beta cells releasing insulin. That insulin release is going into the bloodstream. We are now in what we call steroid hormones. Steroid hormones originate from cholesterol because they are lipid soluble. So they diffuse through cell membrane and interact with intracellular receptor to alter gene transcription. The diagram here is an illustration of cholesterol being converted into steroid hormone within the adrenal cortex. We now enter into hormone receptor and signal transduction. Hormone action depends on receptors. Surface receptors activate second messengers like cyclic AMP, whereas intracellular receptors directly regulate gene expression. Signal amplification ensures that tiny hormone concentration produce significant physiological effects, as you can see here. We are now at the hypothalamus pituitary axis. Here, the hypothalamus and pituitary gland form the master control center of the endocrine system. Releasing hormone from the hypothalamus regulates pituitary secretion, which in turn control multiple peripheral endocrine glands, as you can see. What you can see in this diagram is the neuronal endocrine pathway showing hormonal communication between the hypothalamus, thyroid hormone, and the metabolism. The thyroid gland produces tyrosine and T3, that's T4 and T3 hormones, and these are crucial for regulating metabolic rate for growth and development. Their synthesis requires iodine and involves a unique biochemical step. This is a cross-section of the thyroid gland showing thyroid follicle synthesizing T3 and T4. It is good for you to note that the insulin and glucagon work together to maintain blood glucose level. Insulin promotes glucose uptake and storage, while glucagon stimulates glucose release during fasting. In this image, you can see the animated graph showing fluctuation in blood glucose and corresponding insulin and glucagon response after feeding and fasting. Now we are going to look at the adrenal response. The adrenal gland produces cortisol, aldosterone, and catecholamines. This hormone coordinates the body response to stress, regulate blood pressure, and maintain the electrolyte balance. You can see the anatomical structure here. The anatomical illustration of the adrenal gland with label cortex and medulla showing hormones produced in each region. Disruption in hormone production or action can lead to disorders such as diabetes, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, Cushing syndrome, and Addison disease. And understanding hormone biochemistry is essential for diagnosis, treatment, and improving patient outcome. Always note that hormones are the body's invisible conductor, orchestrating countless biological processes that sustain life. And by understanding their biochemical pathways and physiological rules, we gain insight into both health and disease. Whether you're a health care professional, you're a biochemist, or you are simply curious about the human body, endocrinology reveals the remarkable complexity behind every human experience. Thank you for watching once again. If you're happy, kindly subscribe, like, share, and comment the next topic you want.